Greetings. My name is Jonathan Salomo from Biomedical Engineering Undergraduate Program, and this is my presentation for STAY Most Outstanding Student Selection 2021. This presentation will describe about injury management of anterior cruciate ligament for Indonesia's athlete and will be delivered in two major methods. First would be integrative neuromuscular training, and second would be genome-wide association study. In this presentation, I would use design thinking to describe to the audience on why this issue in particular is needed, what kind of impact that the athletes actually need, and how this solution would provide the solution, the exact solution that the athlete and the sports industry in general needs at the end of the day to enhance our sports performance as a nation at the end of the day. So let's start with myself. My name is Jonathan, and as a student, I do envision myself to assist Indonesia in proliferate research and analytics as the foundation of national sports development. In order to do that, I do believe that I need to learn in four major sectors. The first is in field experience through HMA ITB, as well as IEEE ITB student branch. Second, I need to learn on English, public speaking, and logic, which I learned through STEF ITB, as well as Ganesha Model United Nations Club. Thirdly, I need to sharpen my empathy through social projects and services, which I learned through Navigator, and also through my own project, which is Destigmatize, a project to assist university students who struggle with stigma in their daily life. And last but not least, I learned about leadership and networking through Pemimpin ID as well as Student Catalyst. Regarding my competition experience, I have won several awards, including second winner of IEEE Southeast Asia CAS Hackathon competition, and also become the third winner of poster category in TSRA National Research Competition held by Tanoto Foundation. Besides that, I also joined several national and international competitions of Model United Nations and get some awards in those competitions. But for me, more importantly than that, I would like to tell a story of myself and what I love the most. And this is where the first part of this design thinking, the empathy part, would begin. So if I want to summarize my childhood in a word, it is sport. I love watching sports from basketball, tennis, badminton, until football, national and international. In particular, I love NBA, FC Barcelona, as well as Manchester United. From all of those great sports and sportsmen, I do love two major athletes. First is Tom Brady from National Football League in America. Second is Michael Jordan from NBA. What I love about them the most is not only they can perform at a high level, but they can do it in a very long period and with sustainable level of performance. Tom Brady, at age 45, has won his latest Super Bowl champion. Michael Jordan has won 3 straight NBA titles, then he retires, and then he joined the NBA again and win 3 more. This enrich our knowledge in a sense that athletes, if they are taught and managed properly in terms of their health and injury, they can perform at a high level beyond our imagination. That athletes that have retired can come back and perform at an even higher level than before, and the other athlete, Tom Brady, can perform at MVP level, winning multiple awards in 20 years of performance, of career. Compared to Indonesia, in Indonesia, we are customized with junior level footballers and national team who have won awards and trophies from U19, U19, U22, those junior levels. But when they come to the professional athlete, become the professional athlete in national level, they underperform and struggle to win any major award. Besides that, let's take a look at two major names in our national sports. First is Bellatrix Manuputi. She is a SEA Games gold medalist and she is labeled as the next Susi Susanti. But since she suffers ACL tear in Sudirman Cup 2015, she has struggled for 4 years to heal the injury while cannot attend any competition and ineligible for any drawing in national or international competition. So in short, her career suffers a downfall. Boa Solosa, another notable name in our national sport industry, a 3-time Indonesian Super League top scorer and 2-time Indonesian champion, since suffering ACL injury, also suffering performance downfall, as well as repetitive injury after that injury. This shows to you that ACL injury in two of our most notable athletes in Indonesia has failed their career and has made Indonesia suffering from yet losing another top athlete in this country. And one of this injury and failure happens due to our ignorance as a country. The fact that we ignore the importance of health management and injury management, sustainable from pre-injury until post-injury, and do a proper management of athletes from junior level until senior level. And if Indonesia has no excellent athlete in the future, then we can imagine that we are only a market at the end of the day, and we will never be an actor in our homeland, this country, where many people say that this is the best sports market, the best sports fan in the world. But yeah, in the future, maybe we are just the supporters, the fans, and not the athlete or the actor anymore. So based on that background, I would like to define the problem that Indonesia's sport development has been hindered ever since before due to lack of comprehensive injury management. And this is the focus of my presentation that will show to you on how athletes and Indonesia should manage their injury properly from pre-injury until post-injury. And I would like to do that under the framework of SDG to do the pre-injury management as well as the post-injury management. So that injury management will be done on two major methods. Firstly, I would like to describe about integrative neuromuscular training. What is that? So basically, integrative neuromuscular training is a 6 stages training method that would enrich the athletes with a comprehensive skill set on how to move their body, that they can learn the fundamental motor skills before the sport-specific skills. Most of the time, our athletes fail to learn on how to run, to walk, to move their body properly in order to avoid excessive burden on their foot, on their leg, on their knee, and so on and so forth. And because of that, learning fundamental motor skills is more important than learning more about the sport specific, like how to kick a ball maybe in soccer, on how to smash a racket properly in badminton. Those 6 stages in INT include dynamic stability, coordination, strength, plyometrics, speed and agility, as well as fatigue resistance. These 6 stages can be formulated under a framework named long-term athlete development model. One of the examples that I would like to bring is in Canada, when multiple athletes like Steve Nash, the NBA legend, as well as a 4-time Olympic gold medalist, has won due to the proper injury and health management done by the government of Canada. So they have 7 stages of long-term athlete development model that is derived from the 6 stages of INT that I have explained before. So firstly, they want their athletes in their junior level to learn on an active start, then learn on fundamentals. So they learn on fundamental motor skills like running and walking through fun activities. And then they learn on how to train and train to train. So the first 4 stages, they are taught on how to learn their body properly, to know themselves properly, and what are their strengths and weaknesses in terms of physical properties. So that when they become a professional athlete, they will learn on the next 3 stages of the LTAD, which are first, train to compete, second, train to win, and thirdly, active for life. So to summarize, this LTAD or long-term athlete development model is a 7-stage development model done by the government of Canada in order to give their junior or young athletes knowledge on what is their body and what their body actually can do, so that when they become an athlete in the professional level, they know how to train, they know how to eat, how to do a proper diet, and so on and so forth. Next, I would like to explain about genome-wide association study. So the INT before is done from the pre-injury until the post-injury, from youth until the professional level. So yeah, it is a comprehensive injury management method from the physiology perspective of our body. Now I would like to describe about a more biological approach to manage our injury. So it is commonly believed that our injury potential can be acknowledged before we suffer an injury through a method called genome-wide association study. In a nutshell, this gives athletes and sports coach an information on what injury will happen and how big is the risk for the athlete to suffer the injury in the future. This has been done besides the LCL injury in tendinopathy as well as Achilles tendon rupture. They have managed to find a gene called MMP3 that is highly correlated with the risk of Achilles tendon rupture and tendinopathy in athletes. So in the future, the researcher or the sports coach and institution can do, for example, tissue engineering or genetic engineering in order to modify this gene and reduce the level or the risk level of injury of ATR as well as tendinopathy in the athlete. So this INT and GWAS can be integrated in order to give a comprehensive injury management mechanism for the athlete. Firstly, the nation or the Ministry of Sports in each country can decide on which injury they would like to focus the most. In this presentation, I would like to focus only on ACL, but in a bigger picture, this can be implemented in various sports at the end of the day. Second, they need to decide on how many subjects that they need in order to have an information on the correlation between certain genomes and the injury. Because in order to do GWAS, you have to know exactly how many subjects that you need at the end of the day. Thirdly, you gather the subjects and get the samples in order to know what biomarkers that are actually correlated with the injury. And after that, you analyze the risk of injury based on that biomarker at each athlete, so that the coach or the institution can know exactly athlete A has a 20% potential of suffering ACL, athlete B has a 30% potential in suffering ACL injury. And based on that information, the coach as well as the sports institution can manage the training menu for each athlete properly. So the training menu will be designed individually based on their risk injury, and this would be beneficial because it can prevent an injury that is before unforeseen due to a lack of implementation of GWAS. And in order to implement this in Indonesia, there are 4 major parties that I would like to point out. Firstly would be the executive. In this case, it's the sports coach as well as training institution, which is tasked to formulate training program as well as do an iterative process with athlete in order to mature the training menu. Second is the science lab and university, which is tasked to map the gene that is got from GWAS with the ACL injury. So like they would mention what type of genome that is actually correlated with the ACL injury. Thirdly is the coach and the player as the client. They are the beneficiary of the program, but they are also highly expected to provide feedback to the other parties. And last but not least is supervisor and consultant like Indonesia Sports Medicine Center and Ministry of Youth and Sports, which provides second opinion towards the athlete. So at the end of the day, I would like to say that injury management is a very serious thing in order to increase the performance of sports in each country, including Indonesia. And I do believe that through the integration of INT and GWAS, and if it is implemented by the organization properly from top to bottom, I do believe that potential star of Indonesia's sports, the future Boaz Solosa, the future Bellatrix Manuputih will not be wasted anymore. So this is my presentation. I hope this can give a clear picturization of what proposal I would like to give for this selection as well for the industry and the development of Indonesia sports in general. Thank you so much for watching and attending this presentation.